Greetings, my wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. My fellow Biafrans, you are welcome back again to QUEENCAPON Media, the one and only YouTube channel where they give us a steady update. My wonderful people, I don't come back again with another latest update now. My people, as I see this update, I said, no, as queen of all updates, I no go allow this update, make it go. Make I no bring and make my fellow Biafrans help me see this matter, watch and reason and drop their own opinion. My people, when I know say this breakup wey Biafrans don dey agitate say they wan break up from Nigeria since. Many people think say they talk say the way and manner wey Biafran people wan use break up from Nigeria, that e dey violent, that is not peaceful at all, that is supposed to be negotiated, it's supposed to be peaceful, my people. And one question wey I wan ask una be say, una sure say that kind thing fit work for Nigeria? They do violence, e no work out. Talk more of where you dey beg dem say abeg you wan comot. You sure say the president, you sure say the military, you sure say people wey dey into power for Nigeria they go agree? Anyway, my people, I make I allow una make una listen to wetin dis our brother said here, the way and manner that some certain region wey no wan belong to Nigeria can easily break off from the country without violence. My people, let's listen to him. Do well by dropping your opinion whether you agree with him 100% or not. Don't forget to like and share this so that others go follow us partake in this important topic.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing great today. So lately I've been pushing for a peaceful national divorce in Nigeria, and a lot of people have been reaching out to me asking me, Joe, how possible is that ever going to be? How can you say peaceful when you know it will never be peaceful and all of that? And I'm asking, why shouldn't it be peaceful? Why must everything be violent? An elder statesman asked me a very interesting question earlier today, and he said to me, Joe, he called me philosopher. He said, you're a philosopher. Can you explain why what happened to Nigerians that all of a sudden we have become disconnected and detached from reality? We no longer recognize truth. And he meant it when he was asking me, and this is true. And I told him simply, it's because the forces of darkness, the colonial powers, have waged a sustained psychological warfare on Nigerians for so many years, and it's now beginning to bear fruit. People now suffer from what we call in intelligence research altered state of consciousness. Their altered state of consciousness is what is beginning to happen to make them disconnect completely from reality. They see the truth, and the truth doesn't look like truth to them. They see something that would naturally elicit a reaction of awe and fear and panic and shock, and they're just indifferent about it. That's what happens when someone is under a mind control. They've mind controlled people into stupidity, into what we call Stockholm Syndrome. You already know what Stockholm Syndrome is. That's what they have done. This is why people no longer believe in reality, because if you believe in reality, you will understand that there is absolutely no unity between the three biggest tribes in Nigeria, the Igbo, the Hausa, the Yoruba. There's no unity, and there is not going to be unity in the foreseeable future. So why do you want to keep pandering this whole idea of united what? That's why the man was saying that people have now become so terribly disconnected from reality, from the truth. How do you see Igbo man uniting with the Yoruba man with what the colonial powers have planted in Nigeria and the decades-old psychological warfare that has inflicted so much wound in the soul that can never be healed again, just so that the division remains permanent, and so that they can now tap into that division and use it to continually divide and engage us in all these incendiary animosities while they are stealing us dry. That's why some people say Africans are not very mature. Sometimes, not all of us, and some of us. How do you allow someone else to use you the way the colonials use us? Rather than come together and fight for our common purpose, we are becoming tools in their hands, puppets being used by them. And we know it, yet we surrender to be used. Today, the Yoruba man is even scared of his own shadows because of what Tinubu has done. Yorubanized his entire administration. I have never, since I've been alive, seen any president that has been this nepotistic. You know, just look at the hires, look at all the people, look at all the appointments. So he's afraid of his own shadows. What he has done makes him very uncomfortable. So he feels that the moment he leaves power, if it happens prematurely or if he doesn't get a second term in office, that the Yoruba nation will be left very vulnerable. And anybody can take advantage of power and mess them up. And look at the North. Just because they were seen to be tilting towards Russia, following the footsteps of their brothers in the Sahel, the colonials immediately panicked, infuriated by that, moved the power structure that the Northerners have always had since we've been alive and relocated it to the West and handed it over to Tinubu. And so the power structure, the colonial power structure now that used to be in the North is now in the West. And the Northerners have vowed, because of what they have seen in just a few years into Tinubu's presidency, they have vowed, come rain, come shine, we will not allow Tinubu to come back. And it's not even a joke. They are open. When I first spoke about it, it was just maybe one or two talking about it. Now there are so many of them talking about it openly. They're preparing for war. And everybody walks around as if all is well. And talk about the Igbo man. He's been at the receiving end from day one. Ever since they challenged the idea of the concocted fake union, the forced marriage, and went to war with Nigeria, the colonials have not forgiven them. And there's just been this unwritten code that no Igbo man is allowed to rule Nigeria. It's unwritten. If you like, be an Igbo man, win by a landslide, they must find a way. It has to either be Yoruba or Hausa, you rule in Nigeria. It's an unwritten code, except if that changes tomorrow. Everybody knows that. For those who haven't yet been disconnected from reality and the truth, they know it. Elder statesmen have spoken about it. They know. So for the Igbo man, breaking up, signing the divorce papers like tomorrow is the best thing for him. Forget all the nonsensical talks about, oh, Igbos are landlocked, oh, they are unfortunate. Give them freedom and see what happens within just 5 to 10 years. So what I'm saying in effect is that the time is right. The Hausa man does not trust the Yoruba man, will never trust him again because of what I have seen so far. The Yoruba man does not trust the Hausa man, has always been at war with the Igbos. The Igbo man doesn't trust really anyone because they don't know who is who again. They just want to be on their own. So you can imagine that the Lugard experience that happened in 1914 has all but fallen apart, but we are still here deceiving ourselves, pretending that the union is still active, it's still flourishing. There is nothing flourishing. What makes you a human is seeing the truth. Seeing that something is white and calling it white. You see it is black, you call it black. In all honesty, search your conscience if you're watching this video. Can you openly tell anyone, your children or anybody close to you, that I can beat my chest that Nigeria is united and we are one? Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, we are one. So why, if you are not one, Why do you keep promoting the idea of one Nigerianism when you know that that whole idea was a commercial decision? It was an economic decision that was made to further the economic exploitation of the colonial powers. Nigeria was created as a corporation, not as a country. A company, not a country. That's why it was very necessary to forcefully amalgamate the union so that you will use the have-nots to exploit the haves and use the weakest to exploit the strongest. That's what is happening. And when you're doing that, you will make sure that you keep on fomenting divisive antics and all manner of animosities, that kind of expose the incompatibility between the unions. So they engage in this fight and bickering every day while you are busy stealing from them. And it's a permanent state of economic exploitation. So you don't ever recover from it. The only way you recover is when you wake up to this reality and break that union. You're not breaking the union because we hate ourselves. They created the hatred we have today. But if we are smart enough, we can do it in such a way that we break it, weaken them, and then decide on our own how we want to live together. That's why I am promoting and pushing for peaceful national divorce. Not because I hate anybody, but because I want us to destroy our enemy collectively by ourselves.
So my wonderful people, I believe soon I don't hear wetin our brother talk. What do you have to say, my people? Do you believe that there is something like peaceful divorce, like from Nigeria? The Nigeria government will allow anything like peaceful divorce from the country by any region we want break up. So drop your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to like and share this so that other Biafrans go equally see this important update and share their own opinion about it. Thank you so much for doing so. I'll be seeing you guys again in my next one. Bye bye.